makes March basketball and gets that?
Well, it's just it's a combination of a lot of things. You started. It used to be you started about 6 months ago. Now you start a lot longer than that because you got more access in the summer. But from an official standpoint, you're basically going from the 1st of October into September, and you're building towards this. And regardless of what's happened during the year, and obviously we've had 2 years here of not controlling a lot of things with COVID, so it's been a very strange couple of years. But with that said, March is always, there's a madness to it. Things happen, upsets happen, people get on runs that you didn't think we were talking about that in my staff the other day with Glenn. Glenn played for me at Iowa. We didn't win one game in February. We got a bunch of injuries and didn't win one game in February, and then we win 4 games in 4 days in March and make the tournament. It's just it's just a wild time, but it's a time where you hope you're playing your best basketball. We're finally healthy. We are playing better. We had 2 very difficult games on the road after losing to UNLV at home, so I do think we're playing a little bit better. We've still got a ways to go, and hopefully we can take a step forward tomorrow against what I think is an outstanding basketball team. They're as good defensively as anybody in our country, so it's going to be a challenge for sure.
What will be the keys to beating San Diego?
Well, we've got to take care of the ball. The one thing we didn't do the other night in Boise that I thought we played a lot of good basketball against Boise, but we turned it over 19 times, and we can't do that. We've got to be 12 or under to give ourselves a chance, because this is a team that, from a defensive standpoint, is the best in our league. They're very deep. They're very athletic. They turn people over at a high level. Watching them last night against Fresno. Fresno's obviously having a good year and a very good team, and I thought turnovers and mistakes were key early in that game for San Diego State. So I think it starts with that, how you execute your offense, what kind of shot you get. And then defensively, it starts with Bradley. One of the more prolific scorers in our league, can score a lot of different ways. Inside, outside, off the bounce, not off the bounce, get to the free throw line. Just a very tough matchup, and they've got a lot of really good complementary players that can hurt you in a lot of ways, whether it be Menza and the bigs inside, to what they do on the backboard with Johnson and others, to Butler's defensive presence, to Pulliam hitting big shots, to Seiko coming in busting threes. They've just got a lot of different weapons that can hurt you. So overall, it's just a really good team.
Coach, with Brandon Moore back in the mix for this time around against SDSU, how does the complexion really change?
Well, I mean, obviously, you got 2 really good players back in the mix. Those are 2 outstanding players. So, hopefully that helps. But, with that said, there's been a lot of time that's passed. I'm sure they feel like they've gotten better. I said it my radio show last night. I think they're playing at a really high level. They've gone through about a 2-week span here shooting the ball at a high level. And when they start shooting the ball at a high level, they're really hard to play against because they're so elite defensively. So, but with Warren and Grant, it just gives us more weapons, both offensively and defensively, and hope that can make a difference. It's Dez's senior night. Cullen and Kane, our 2 GAs, are being honored as well. So it's important. Your last game at home, you want to do everything you can to send these seniors out with a win.
So Dez has an extra year of eligibility due to COVID, so do you anticipate him?
I don't anticipate him coming back. He does have that option. I don't anticipate he's going to graduate. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But we'll honor him tomorrow. We'll honor both Cullen and Kane, 2 GAs that I've known a long time. Obviously, Cullen is Coach Neal's son, and Kane was his teammate. They won a state title at El Dorado High School together in Albuquerque when we were there. So they've been outstanding in what they've done, and Dez has been tremendous. Dez, if you take COVID out of the picture, Dez is a 2,000-point scorer if he has a normal 2 years of games. And not only has Dez done a lot for us on the court, but he's going to graduate. He's somebody that's done a tremendous job academically. He's been fun to coach. And so we very much appreciate everything that he's done, and hopefully we got a lot of basketball still ahead of us.
You feel like the guys are avoiding mental and physical fatigue, just given everything you guys have had to go through this year? I mean, do you feel like there's still some juice in there?
Oh yeah, no, we had a really good practice yesterday. I'm assuming we'll have another good one today. There's no quit in them. They're giving us everything they've got. We just picked a tough year in this league to have some tough things happen to us and then get in a rut and try to get out of it. This league's just too good. When you look at the top four, and then you've got UNLV, Fresno, Utah State, who's still a little bit ahead of us. You've got those three teams that are really good basketball teams, and then New Mexico's playing better, Air Force is playing better, San Jose's got their 7-footer finally back. So they're playing better. This just overall, it's a very, very difficult league this year, and results have not been what we wanted, not what we expected. But now we're nearing postseason where everybody gets 0-0 records, and we need to play well tomorrow and have some success to get some kind of momentum going into the conference tournament.
Why do you think you struggled a little in the home games this year?
Home teams, I don't know. I mean, one of the reasons why we struggle, we've been without Grant and Warren for a long time, especially Warren. Warren missed 7-8 games. Grant, if you count the 2 games of bookends, the game he came back and the game he shouldn't have played, the home game against Utah State, he missed 5 games. So that's a lot to endure, but a lot of those were road games. So we just have not protected home. We have not played well at home. It's been baffling to us, something that most of my teams do not do. And we've always been really good at home. And this has been a year, for whatever reason, we have not protected home court like we're expected to do and should do.
All right, Coach,
Thank you so much. Thank you.